Hey guys, DV here. I've got another tutorial for you on Lightworks. Today I'm going to make it a little bit more specific on the request of a couple of you from FX Home, YouTube, and the Lightworks community to make some more specific tutorials dealing with some of the different features of Lightworks. So basically we're going to be talking about bins today, and to get started I'm going to go ahead and I've already created a new room just for a clean workspace. So I'm going to go ahead and import a couple of clips so we can get what's working here. So I'm going to scroll down and just select a few different ones. Let's see. Probably select about, let's see, 7 or 8. We're going to go ahead and click OK. And I'm going to cover more of this with the importing in a future video or in another one. But basically you can see here there's some different options you can change. But I think I'm going to leave it all the same right now. I'm not going to mess with any of that. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start. And it's going to begin to import each video clip. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the bins in just a moment. It says 1 or 2 more left. Okay, perfect. And now you can see we have the import window open with all the different imports. So if I go ahead and left click and right click on the video, I can drag it onto the workspace in the form of a thumbnail. I can go ahead and do that with each one of these. And these are all video clips from my trailer, The Seeking, from the FX Home competition. And we're just going to drag that onto the workspace. Move that up there. Okay. So now to get started with the bins, what I'm going to do is go ahead and create a new bin. Just done by doing this. Bins are basically a space for organizing your video clips. You can do different edits. You can change a lot of the options, and they're actually pretty cool. So if I go ahead, I'm going to move this clip into the first bin here, which I'm going to name this actually right now. I'm going to name this tutorial 1. And there's a reason I'm doing that. And then I'm going to go ahead and move this second clip into here, and let's see, maybe this one, and I think this one. So we have a range of different ones, and I think this one I actually want to import, but I want to make a copy of it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the tool for a viewer, and if I come down to here, I can go ahead and make a copy of this, and it's going to drag a thumbnail copy there, and then I can move this one back out to have the original. So I have the original, and I have a copy of the original. So I'm going to move the copy into this bin here, and I'm going to leave these video clips for the second bin we're going to create. So now there's a number of options you can change for the bin, which is done by either going here, which changes the view of the bin to a list, like this with some information, or you can choose both, which includes a thumbnail here as well as some important information, or you can do just a simple tile like this. And then you can go ahead under here and change some of the options for the bin, including permanence, which is either going to be a permanent bin, which will be categorized by a green title here, or a temporary bin, which will have a blue title. So basically the difference is permanent will remain as a bin even after you've closed it, and then you can search it and reopen it, whereas a temporary bin, once it's closed, it will be gone unless you undo it, like undo the closing of the bin. But I think I'm going to set this one to permanent so I can show you a pretty cool effect later on. Alright, so now we have our permanent bin here, and we can go ahead and change some of the other settings, which will include changing the tile size. You can either select the larger tile size or a smaller one. So if we go ahead and click smaller, you can see it kind of shrinks them down a little bit, but making them larger will make it easier for me to see them. So you can go to automatic positioning as well. Just going to move them around, kind of put them in a more organized workspace. So we're going to go ahead and click on yes for that, and you can see that it's done that. And if you extended this a little bit, it'll even move them up a line. So some of the other options will include sorting, which can be done by either criteria, the compression type, the date, even the duration or the end time, notes, name. So let's see, we're going to go ahead and do this by duration, which is, you can see, has changed the order a little bit. Some of the other settings is going to include, let's see, moving them to another project or copying them to another project if you want to leave a copy in this workspace. You can also remove duplicates from the other bins. So if you clicked on that, if there's another bin open that had, say, 2575 in it as well, it would remove that. Would also remove that from one of the bins. So if you went up to the options again, you could merge bins, which actually we're going to do right now. So we're going to go ahead and create a second bin. We're going to name this let's see, tutorial 2. Oops. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and move these remaining files into here. And let's also sort that. Okay, so now if we go back to the original bin, you can see there's 2 of them here. If we went over to here, merged bins, it's going to move all the files from this bin into this one. So now you can see we have, what is that, 9 different ones. Some of the other options are going to include define materials to fill edits. Let's see what that one does. Oh, okay. You can make copies of them. This is going to all be for edits, qualities to replace existing material. You probably don't want to do that. You probably want to just have it make a copy. Ghost. Actually, I'm not really sure what that is. I think that's a little bit different than Vegas, but we're not going to mess with that at the moment. If we figure that out, I'll let you know. Let's see. We also have synchronizing, saving to a text file. All right, let's cover that. You can save this. You can change the name, and this is going to make it like kind of, like a playlist where you save it as a text file. That's basically what this is going to do. So you could change your destination. Let's see. Put it on the desktop. Okay. And you can change the file type, and then click do it, and save the contents of tutorial 1 to the desktop. Perfect. Let's see, some of the other options are going to include making an edit, making a logging database. Okay, so you can change again the location, handle seconds, ignore picture. Yeah, you could include the picture and then click do it, and now it has saved a logging database to one of my folders on my computer. Great. Let's see. Oh, you could also make a new bin, which is going to make a copy of that. And this one is going to be temporary, as you can see by the blue title rather than the green one. So you could obviously make that one permanent by just selecting permanent, but we're going to close that for right now. So finally, the last one that I want to talk about is making an edit. Basically what that's going to do is combine all these video clips into one timeline where you can edit them. So if we go ahead and click Make Edit, that has opened up this, and it's categorized as an edit by this red kind of banner there. So we're going to go ahead and open up that, and you can see we have, let's see, if we open that up, we can open it for editing now by clicking record. And now you have a pretty cool timeline. Alright, so right here we have our timeline. Oh, another interesting thing, if we undo the edit here, go back to the bin, let's close that for a moment. What you could do, and this is really what the useful feature I see of the bin really is, besides just the organizing, is if you opened up a viewer and made a timeline out of this clip, you could, and go ahead and select edit on that, because you can only have one edit open at a time, as we know from our last tutorial. You can click delete, and then you could remove this second part here by just clicking remove, and now you have that edited there. So we're going to close that. I'm going to make, let's see, pop out the title, and now you have your edit here, your clipboard thing, which is kind of annoying, and you have edit 9. So we'll get rid of the second copy of it, yes. And then if we went ahead and made a new edit, we have our entire bin is in one edit now, which is available to view right here. You can see each clip is combined together, which is definitely very useful. Yeah, so because you could edit each individual clip and then add them all to the timeline at once by throwing them into a bin and making an edit of that bin. So that's definitely how I'll probably be using this bin for under my editing workflow, but of course there's a number of different uses, and if you want you can comment on your favorite use for the bin below, as well as with any questions you have regarding bins or Lightworks in general. So keep a lookout for more of these tutorials. The best way to do that, of course, is to subscribe or follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial.